What kinds of extracurricular activities were you part of during high school, college?
Extracurricular activities. In high school, I was involved with the youth group at church and with Boy Scouts, and I was a member of JETS, Junior Engineering Technical Society, and I was a cave explorer.
What's that? Can you tell me more about a cave
Oh,
explorer?
you just find caves and then
Or was that like a club?
it was just my buddies and I.
Oh,
So
fun.
there was a club
Mm-hmm.
that we joined,
Mm-hmm.
but we just did stuff with our little group.
Okay, cool.
So,
That was all in high school?
mhm.
Any in college?
In college, so I was pretty busy.
Mm-hmm.
Extracurricular, probably still involved with the youth group at church and cave exploring and getting through school.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Were there any specific school subjects or skills that came naturally to you compared to other subjects growing up?
Chemistry and physics came naturally to me, and other sciences not so much. Those two because it was basically problem solving, and I like to solve problems.
Okay. Was there any like specific memory from your early childhood that just kind of sparked your interest in physics or chemistry?
No. When I was little, I first wanted to be a geologist because there were rocks all around and I was collecting them. And then I wanted to be a paleontologist because all we have is rocks from that. And then I wanted to be an archaeologist because I was really interested in the past. And that was when I was younger. And then by the time of high school, I was starting to think about other sciences.
Any subjects that you consider to be your weakness?
So art is a big weakness. I always wanted to be good at art, but I'm terrible at it. Not particularly strong in English. Okay. I dislike things that are strict memorization. I can remember things, but if that's all that it is, then I'm not very interested in it.
Gotcha. What would you say is your preferred learning style? Hands-on, visual?
My preferred learning style is hands-on. The other thing that I think gave me a huge advantage was just being able to take input, and I'm teachable. So
perfect.
Without ego.
Oh, that's good. How do you feel about group projects?
So as an engineer, like probably what would make me the happiest is if I just sat by myself and I had my problem and I worked on it and didn't have to worry about anybody else.
Right.
And that isn't the way the world really works. The world works with people working together. And, the funnest things I ever worked on were in groups. And it's good.
Are you familiar with the GATE program?
No.
No? Oh, there wasn't anything back then about gifted and talented, nothing on that subject?
When I was in school, I don't think it existed.
Oh, interesting.
Or if it did, I wasn't it.
Okay, I gotcha. So which college or university did you?
University of Missouri, Columbia.
What was your major focus?
Chemical engineering.
So.
And a minor in economics.
Oh, okay, cool. So when did you know you wanted to become an engineer? Was that more towards high school when you started to think about?
I didn't know that I wanted to be an engineer till my probably the start of the senior year. And actually, my best friend in high school friend, he said that he was going to be a chemical engineer, and I said, okay, I will too.
Whoa. Okay.
I had not a clue.
Okay. Wow, that's fun. So which company or companies have you worked at where you were able to perform those engineer-like?
My first job was at Black & Veatch, was a consulting engineer. And they designed coal-fired power plants. Then I worked in a nuclear plant at Tennessee Valley Authority. And then I worked at MK, which used to be here in Boise, designing power plants. And I spent most of my career at HP.
Can you tell me about your time at HP? What was your title or role?
I had many different careers at HP, and the first one was actually my title. I was an engineer, and I never had any desire to become a manager or anything like that. So I kind of climbed the engineering technical ladder, and I honestly can't even remember the different titles, but a few rungs up at the engineering level. The first job was building printed circuit boards at PC Fab at HP. And then I went to work in the formatter factory. And then I started working on laser printers, first on current products engineering, which is support for products that are shipping in the field. And then most of the time in R&D developing new laser printers.
Oh, very cool. I remember hearing about one of your biggest accomplishments with was it the circuit boards, where you were a patent? Can you tell me about that?
I had several patents, but that one was just for a method to attach integrated circuits directly to the circuit board, so bare silicon directly on the printed circuit board.
Was that a teamwork collaboration?
Yeah, we were part of some advanced manufacturing group, and there were like 5 of us, I think.
Very cool.
So yeah, I worked on that for a couple of years.
Okay, interesting. In your opinion, can you tell me what makes an efficient engineer?
Efficient engineer. The efficient engineer is data driven. So what that means is that engineers solve problems and create things. And to do that, you have to basically use the scientific method. So you kind of define, here is the task at hand, and here's where we are, here's where we want to get to. And you can basically describe where you are, and you can run experiments that basically model that. And then where you want to go is the goal. And you can test where you are in the development process or on any problem that you're working on. Meaning you run tests and generate data, and the data either supports where you're going or doesn't. And what doesn't make a good engineer is knowing that this is the right way to go, and just data be damned. Bad idea.
That's a great answer. Thank you. Have you ever acquired any coping strategies while in school or throughout your time at HP that has been your go-to for handling stress, high pressure?
So, yeah, you get in lots of high pressure situations, and first coping strategy is keep your mouth shut and listen. And there are times and places where you can say things and have them actually be considered, and times and places where, regardless of what you say, will have no effect or will make it worse. And you might as well keep your mouth shut at those times. So be opportunistic when you try to deal with it. The other coping strategy, I mean, that's kind of at the workplace, but big coping strategy for me is exercise. So most of the time when I worked at HP, I rode my bike, which is like almost 13 miles each way. And it would totally de-stress me, going and coming. So work stayed at work.
Very awesome. That's awesome. So how do you push yourself to keep on going? Do you have this growth mindset or grit that just kind of drives you to keep on going, or what's the factor behind?
So there's probably some desire for perfection, which perfection is generally not worth attaining, but you want to be better. So you keep trying to find a better way, and you keep pushing. And by making little bits of progress, that encourages you to keep on pushing.
Gotcha. Oh, great. Now that you're retired from HP, how do you spend most of your time?
How do I spend most of my time? I would say a third of my time is spent eating really, really well. So I enjoy growing the food and eating what I grow and eating extremely healthy. And a third of the time exercising. I really love running, trail running, and backcountry skiing. And a third of the time maybe managing investments and following the news and commiserating about what's going on.
Gotcha.
Networking with my friends.
I've seen some of your photography of the outdoors.
Yeah, I love photography.
Right. So that's a part of, I would say, arts. And you say that that's your weakness, but I applaud you though.
I like photography. Yeah, I appreciate it. There is some art to it,
Uh-huh.
but it's also kind of technical.
Okay.
And so I think of it as just on the technical side.
Gotcha.
But maybe you're right.
Is that something you just picked up recently?
I had an interest in photography from when I got the photography merit badge in Boy Scouts.
Uh-huh.
And so I've always had cameras. And then when digital photography arrived, it was the perfect thing because laser printers are digital printers. So I actually got to combine my love of photography with printing. And that was really cool. I always thought in my head, I control the pixels. I can create the image and I have the pixels and I can translate that onto paper. And that was pretty cool. But yeah, I still like it and I take a lot of pictures.
You see that? It's awesome. Great hobby. So I'm guessing that you were pretty popular in growing
Very
schools.
unpopular. Yeah.
So very easy to make friends and
yeah, I think I'm easy to make friends, but I was certainly not popular in high school. And in college, I had a small group of friends, and at work, I have had a small group of friends, and I still have probably a small group of friends.
How would you describe your group in growing up, like your group of friends, like your old cave explorer thing? Are you guys all have the same interest in chemistry?
No, it was strictly actually all the people were in Boy Scouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So there were some neighbors and some friends from church.
Okay.
But we were all in Boy Scouts. So
okay.
Yeah, there were probably, well, that's not true either. There was one other engineer friend from school. Well, he became an engineer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, so a combination.
Okay. So no having the feeling of trying to fit in, no pressure of that?
I think I felt some pressure. I felt in high school that I didn't really fit in.
Okay.
And since then, I'm doing my thing, and I don't worry about trying to conform.
Okay.
Or fit in with what other people want.
That's great. That's good.
Yeah. I did think of one other thing. This is kind of a combination coping strategy and current interest, and that's music.
Oh.
So I've actually I always liked music in high school. I sang in junior high and high school. I was in different vocal groups and went to competitions. I was not very good, but in college I learned to play the guitar. So I've always really enjoyed that.
Okay.
And it is a stress reducer and fun. And you can do it by yourself or you can do it with other people. And one of the things I've done in retirement is start learning the banjo.
Oh.
Right now, my music is taking second fiddle to trail running, which I'm getting more enjoyment out of.
That's awesome. Good for you.